Hey up troops, Littleton here again with another video, and this time we're going to be looking into... What the... I think Gridlock's just thrown some stinger tracks through that window. Unreal. This time, you guessed it, we're going to be looking into Gridlock. Right now is as good of a time as any to talk about how good Gridlock is. 4 ways of preventing flanks or being aggressive by making loads of noise and area denial. Super shorty to make rotates open hatches, and of course, just been given frag grenades. Not to mention, the F90 is actually a quality gun. Just a very quick one, don't forget, if you drink G Fuel or you want to try G Fuel, use code ALittleton at checkout for 20% off. It's coming up to Halloween, so they've got some good deals on at the minute as well, but it helps me out as well. Really appreciate it. So in this video, I'm going to go through a couple of maps where you can take advantage of how good Gridlock is at the minute. Yes, with the nades, although it doesn't focus on grenades because I've done other videos about how to grenade from below and where good grenade below spots are and other things about grenades. This is really going to focus on a Trax stingers and how you can use them either aggressively to mask sound and to cut off areas so you can push, or to play it a little bit more passively by throwing Gridlock's tracks on staircases. And in many maps, and many of the maps that I'm going to show you, it's so easy to cover both of the main staircases on the map within like 20-30 seconds of the round once you've got control. So I played a casual game on Bank, and I went through a round where I was playing passive Gridlock and cutting off the flanks on the staircases, and then a round where I was a bit more aggressive and tried to be a bit more direct. Bear in mind, in that round that I'll show you in a second, when I was attacking basements, it all went wrong. Somehow we won the round, but it all went wrong. I had to change where I was attacking for various reasons you'll see in a sec, but I'll show you some examples as well. Right, that's enough waffling. We've been waffling for ages. Let's just get stuck into it. So I just jumped into some casual games here. Don't forget to shoot the default cams. Some casual games here to try and show you what Gridlock's all about. The reason I just moved my drone there, by the way, is I don't want to peek those windows from the off. So I'm going to mention in this video, or well, the video I'm about to record after I've played these games, how easy it is to cut off flanks with Gridlock. And we can start with this one. This window here is the square window, right? So we throw that up there. Let me throw the drone in there so you can see. That's going to cut off the stairs to top square flank, which is really helpful. We're then going to rappel up to the roof. Now, I am in a casual match here, so I do need to hurry up a little bit. And we can cut off the main stairs with this skylight as well. Don't forget, if you don't want to rappel up or you want to use this skylight, you can cut off those stairs from here like that. Over to main stairs. And I'm trying to get these to the top of the stairs. So I bounce that off there. Rather than throwing it down there, I want it up there. So there we go. 2 staircases cut off straight away using Gridlock. Now I actually need to think about what site are they actually on. Towers, so we can do a bit of vertical play. Try and have a quick look. Someone's at stock, so I don't need to... No, I do need to worry about getting shot in the back because he's not at stock anymore. Well, I know no one's coming up square stairs because my Gridlocks are there, right? Except that someone is coming up square stairs. Good night. So, that is a classic example, actually, of how the defender was shooting the tracks on the way up the stairs and got away with it nearly. And I do go on to mention in this video that Gridlock is, whilst a great flank watch operator, she's not the strongest flank watch operator. She's not the strongest flank watch operator, because defenders can get rid of the tracks a little bit easier than you can get rid of, say, air jabs, for example. I don't know where this last person is. I guess the kitchen side. Surely. Oh, I've got a diffuser. Oh, they were over there. So there's a quick example. I didn't really do much as Gridlock there. I actually proved a good point that the... what was she doing just chilling in behind the desk there? Proved a good example there, and I do mention this later on in the video, that using Gridlock to cut off a flank isn't as guaranteed as Nomad. Well, I mean, Nomad's not guaranteed either, but it isn't as guaranteed as Nomad. So we just played a little bit of passive Gridlock, watching the flanks, trying to sort of play a little bit more flank watch. Now we're going to try and play a little bit more direct and a little bit more aggressive Gridlock. And I go on to mention later in this video, actually, that there's a couple of different ways of playing Gridlocks. The tracks are that loud when they get deployed. It masks the sound of almost anything. So I'm just going to try and see if I can get my drone into my secret spot on server. That isn't it. If you go on the corner of that cabinet, you can normally latch onto that. Like that. But now it's a bit too late because I think people are here. Oh no, we're up. We're up, we're up, we're up, we're up, we're up. Onto this one. Onto the rack. And over into the back corner. Right, magic. So we're going to try and take server. Obviously, always destroy the default cams because it's the rules. Oh, it looks like a big server take. So hopefully I can try and give the lads some cover here. I don't think there's anyone server because my drone. Yeah, so a clear server. That Iona clone just got into sight. I'm just going to risk dying. Oh, I've just killed. Oh no, he died. Right, okay, well I can watch my flank now. One high up, one low down. Now what we're going to try and do is use the... Well, I can get rid of the utility this side of that door. And then nade the back corner. Then we're going to Trax the back corner. One's coming downstairs, unless that's us, that's us. Trax are going off there. Drop a drone in the corner here, and then just try and get... Oh, there's a mirror. That's not ideal. We've got the Trax in the right place, though. I really need to get rid of this... There it is. Right. So, we really need to get rid of that. And, we haven't got any hard breach. And we... Getting rid of that mirror is going to be an absolute nightmare. What's active now? Do you reckon I just follow this? I've got to go main stairs. I'm sorry, folks. I've got to go. There's no way we can push through there with that mirror. It's just silly to try. There's 4 of them alive. Do I get around to main stairs quick enough? Let's go this way, actually. Make me a little rotate.
I'm changing mags.
Let's go main stairs instead. Go on, Nomad. I've used me... Oh, there's a mirror there as well. Oh, mirror can't be in 2 places at once. Ah! What is this round of siege? Bugger off. Go on, Nomad. Huge from the Nomad. Get rid of this quickly. Massive. Right, I don't really want to say that's how you play Gridlock because that was an absolute shambles. But if it wasn't for the mirror and the dread mines and the smokes on server door, you'd see there that it was, it would have been a half decent push-ish. We just needed a bit of hard breach. We had the door cut off with the Trax. We had our own flank watched with the Trax on the stairs behind us. We had the mirror had the Trax on it. So, I mean, a nade over there probably would have been good. But, yeah, we had like a decent setup to an extent there, and then I had to go main stairs and it all went wrong. Somehow we've won the round. I don't quite know how. I'm going to try and win this round now as Smoke. This is not Gridlock related, so I'll see you later. Watch the rest of the video. So just before we get into the meat of it then, I just want to show you how the Gridlock Trax work, because there is an exact science to it, and it's worth knowing. So I did show this on a previous video when I did the Gridlock guide some point last year, but I'll show you again in case you didn't see. So I'll throw the Trax on the floor, we'll watch them deploy, and then I'll show you the pattern. So now it's on a big space, it's probably easier to see, but the pattern is, this middle track spits out one track in a circle around. So you've got this one, there, I want to shoot them, but then it'll destroy the track. So you've got this one here, then this one, 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 all in this initial circle. So the middle track spits out one in a circle in that fashion. Then the middle circle, which is this here, each one of those tracks spits out 2 of its own. So from the middle, you get 1 that then goes into 2, which obviously makes this circle shape. It's not a circle. It's probably like a dodecahedron, or some mathematician can tell me what shape that is officially. But you can see that it sort of gives it out in sets of 3. So this one will go out to this one. We'll go to these 2. This one will go to these 2. And that's the pattern, really. But it's worth knowing that, because if for some reason the tracks can't be deployed, it won't deploy the full pattern for obvious reasons. So what I'm going to do is use another example where I'll throw the tracks here, and we'll watch what happens on the right-hand side. So you can see that when the tracks can't fit in a gap, they can produce a smaller tracks. I'm going to call them stingers, tracks, whatever. They can give out a smaller one, but that smaller one then obviously can't spit any more out because there's nowhere for them to go. But they will try and fill that gap in as much as they can. So you can see that this one here should spit 2 out, but it hasn't because there's no space. And again, the same here. There's just no space. So, yeah, it's worth knowing the pattern, but let's get into the good stuff. So the first thing you can do with Gridlock, which is absolutely tremendous on Coastline, is you can stop 4 flanks with your 4 Trax stingers. And we're going to be throwing it down through this window, through this window, and down through this vent, and down through this vent. Now, this is the cool vibes stairs. So bear in mind, you don't want to be throwing this right at the start of the round because the defenders are just going to shoot the Trax on the stairs while they've got no pressure. This is for later on in the round, before the execute happens, or post-plant even, if you're even on the roof. If you're on the roof and post-plant, that's not ideal, but you know what? You don't want to be throwing this in the first 30 seconds. Throw that down there. We can then make our way over. All of this can be done within 40 seconds as well. Then we make our way over to main stairs. This can be done more towards the start of the round to cut off the main stairs flank. And then we can cut off luggage as well. This is a bit more of a tricky throw because you've only got a small gap to get it through. Down there, I was worried I was going to miss that then. And then the final one, outside VIP. Now, I'm just going to use... You know what? I'm not going to use a drone. We might as well run around ourselves. So now you can see the flanks we've just cut off. Luggage is completely cut off. Like, there's nowhere to go without making the sound of shooting the Trax. We've then got the one that we dropped down this vent here for main stairs. As you can see, the bottom of main stairs is now cut off. If a defender wants to get up here, they're either going to have to take damage or make a couple of shots, which will give them away. We've then got the one outside VIP, which is another really good cut off, because it's just the right side of the VIP door. So not only does this cut it off, it completely cuts off the corridor as well. Even if you vault this, you've still got to land on that the other side. And then finally, we've got the one on cool vibes. I mean, look how much that cuts off cool vibes. It's insanely good. But bear in mind, like I say, you don't want to do that within 30 seconds of the round when no one's even anywhere near hookah, because the defender just goes, oh, nice one. I'll just get rid of them. Do you know what I mean? So use them wisely. The one that goes here and the one on luggage you can do pretty much at the start of the round. I tend to do this one quite early on. But yeah, definitely the main stairs you can do quite early. Cool vibes has to be late, and this one generally a little bit later on because you're usually going to have a defender playing in VIP. And if they know what they're doing, they'll be playing mute here because mute is an absolutely insane setup on here. What, you want to know that setup for mute? Good. Search a little to mute on YouTube and look for the latest mute setup video and you can find it there. So yeah, that's one strat. The next strat is a quick plant on to hookah, which will work sometimes. I actually was streaming last night and tried it and it didn't work. The reason it didn't work is the enemy had a really, really good smoke player who made a line of sight here. The smoke player was playing around this area here, or somewhere around here. I can't remember exactly where, because obviously it was the smoke. And as we rushed in, he had these head holes here, and he threw a smoke grenade there, and a smoke grenade over there. And basically the two, I think it must have gone through this gap, but the smoke grenade landed like here and here, and it just completely cut off this corner. And I ended up dying in the smoke, but I'll show you how you can do it. As long as the enemy team don't have a really good smoke player. So we've reset the spawning, so I've got 4 Trax again. But this is as obvious as it is stupid, but it works really, really well. Let me just make the hookah rotate quickly, so that's in place. Now, I've actually swapped to smokes here instead of frag grenades, but this would work well with frag grenades as well if you had a teammate who's a Capitao or something like that. The reason frag grenades are good here is because there's normally like a Malusi Banshee or a Thorn, Razor Bloom, or there's something on this door that defenders normally put around here. And if that's the case, you can just roll a frag grenade underneath the door so it explodes around this area, and it's going to destroy anything that's around the door, stopping you getting in. Bear in mind, yes, there could be a Jaeger or Wamai, so you've got to use your drone first. Also, by the way, if there's ever a Mozzie Pest or a mute on this door, you can just go through the window. I don't know why people don't do this, but you can just throw that on the window from there. And get in that way and just avoid anything that's on the door. I don't know why people don't do that more often. Like, I see a mute jammer on this door and people just sort of go, oh, I can't drone hookah. That's game over. I don't know why they don't go through the window. Anyway, so this is as stupid as it sounds, and all we do is we smoke off the rotate, we smoke off the door, and then we just throw Trax towards the rotate, or throw Trax towards the door, and throw Trax behind the bomb that's normally here. Now, obviously, you're not going to do this on your own. You could do with having a teammate, but definitely below in Sunrise. Also on big window. Now, you can't have someone on big window unless you've got someone below, because they'll just get peeked from the window that's underneath me here in Sunrise. So you need to have a teammate below, really, and a teammate on big window. And ideally, a teammate that takes your place on hookah door once you've gone in. But you smoke off the door, smoke off the rotate, Trax the rotate, Trax the door, Trax behind the bomb, in your pop, and plant. Now, I can't plant because this isn't the site. But you can just hear how loud the Trax are. The smokes are obviously really obscuring. Anyone that thinks you're planting here. So if they're playing like a Tachanka or they're going to try and C4, they're going to try and C4 here. That's why you come around to this side. It's why it's imperative that you do smoke the rotate as well as the door. But planting here is generally going to keep you safe from any C4s that get lobbed over by the door. Now, yes, it's a bit of a stupid strat, but it's good fun. It's like the Ying strat that we mentioned on the latest cafe video yesterday. It's just good fun. When I say yesterday, I'm recording this on Thursday, and the video released yesterday. So when this gets released tomorrow, it'll have been Wednesday. But you know what I mean. It's just good fun, and it does work. If you're in lower elo, no disrespect to lower elo, of course. Everyone starts somewhere, and everyone enjoys playing somewhere as long as you're having fun. No one cares what elo you're in, or I don't anyway. In lower elo, this works a lot of the time. In higher elo, like I said, that smoke, I don't know if he was prepared for it. I don't know what he was. I don't know if he does that every round. But yeah, he was playing around this sort of area here and just launched a couple of smokes over. I'm going to try and do that myself next time I play Coastline, because this looked like a really, really solid place to play here. Obviously, you've got to watch big window. But you're just around this area. You can watch VIP. You can watch Cool Vibes. You can launch smokes over into that area there. It looked like a solid place to play. But anyway, that's a Gridlock fast plant. We spent long enough talking about that. Let's get on to a few more maps. So we're on to Oregon now, and spawning street on Oregon means you can have both of the main staircases gridlocked off within 30 seconds. Again, you don't really want to be doing that because, well, not within 30 seconds of the start of the round, but do some droning, help your teammates out, then look at getting those flanks secured once your teammates have got control of the map. But I'm just going to show you straight away out. That's the white stairs window. This is the main door, which looks onto main stairs. You don't have to get rid of the whole door. Just shoot a portion of it out there. Throw that onto the main stairs. Then we move down to white stairs window. Trax on white stairs. How long's that taken? 15 seconds? And within, you know, that can be a minute into the round. And now you've got Trax on white and Trax on main. Yes, that you do need them backed up with a drone, by the way. When we're talking about Gridlock here, just remember that if, say, for example, you don't have a drone here, and the drone is, I don't know, say in trophy, and no one's watching this area, this doesn't stop a defender completely. You know, the defender can just go like this on the way up the stairs. And if you're not reacting to the sound, then, you know, you've got to be wary. But you've got to have a drone here as well. It just causes defenders problems. And now she has an unbelievable gun anyway, plus frags. It makes sense to do it. So straight away, you can get the main stairs and you can get the white stairs. Now, the other thing that Gridlock's going to be good for is on attic. Now, I'm only going to need 2 tracks to show this. But Gridlock is, not only is she great flank watch, right, but she's also really good at clearing out areas as you push. So if I open what is normally the Maverick, plus she's got the super shot, man, Gridlock's unreal. So, yes, she's good at flank watch, but clearing out areas as you push. So I've opened the usual Maverick hole that we see here, or sometimes it's aced or abandoned. However you get this reinforcement open. So you come into this area here where you've got a bit of cover. So from here, you can throw the tracks down into pit. With that sound, you start pushing down. Don't forget, you've got frag grenades. I've got smokes here, but you've got frag grenades to clear it out as well. And all that sort of good stuff. And all that sound is being masked, and the frag grenades are going off as you're just pushing down, taking control of attic. It's so strong. Remember as well with the tracks, one of the benefits that you have, that's a frag grenade, ignore the smoke. I need to change back to frags next round. One of the benefits that you have with these tracks is it forces defenders to look down. Then if their crosshair is looking down, it means their crosshair isn't looking at you. Yes, Gridlock's a 1 speed, so she does make a little bit more noise than a lot of other operators. But whilst those tracks are going off and you're making your way down, it absolutely will obscure the sound and you won't be able to hear Gridlock pushing down. You can even throw a couple of tracks down, like one to the left here, and then one over to the right where we threw the first one. I mean, that sound it will mask everything as you push down. And plus, the defender's going to be backed into the rotate that's here. I'll make the rotate quickly. Defender's going to be backed into the rotate here. Crosshair like this. Oh, I don't want to stand on these tracks. I don't want to stand on these tracks. Whilst Gridlock turns up and goes, "Aya!" and gets a free kill. So, yes, flank watches, and this is a great example in Oregon, actually, because, yes, you can do the flank watch really easily on the door and the window that I just showed you, but she's also really good at clearing out areas like this. Super solid. We've moved on to border now, and we're going to play a very similar game that we just played in Oregon, and the game is, look how easy it is to get gridlock tracks on the main stairs and on flank stairs within 20 seconds, 30 seconds of each other. So, let's open this door. Now, bear in mind, I think I've shown you this on a few videos. You're going to get some gremlins that sat here watching the feet at the bottom of the door. So you've got to, before you even turn this corner, you must drone this. Just drone it under the door. Make sure there's no one there. Quick check in vents. Quick check in here. Make sure no one's there. From there, tracks on the stairs. There you go. Boom. How easy is that? I know it seems obvious. Yeah, of course it seems obvious. But it is so good. Right, then we get up to this side. And you can do this in any order, really. Now, the beauty of gridlock on border is there's a lot of the top of the walls on border have got those sort of trestling on that we can throw over. Come over to east stairs, and boom, there we go. Thanks very much. Right, job done. Both stairs were sorted in, what, 30 seconds? Now, the reason gridlock's good on border is you have a lot of these here, and you have them here, and here as well. So, when we're attacking upstairs, we know the bomb that's behind here. But you can drone, this is a really common anchor point here. You can drone in here. If these walls are reinforced, you can drone in here and see that somebody's playing this area. You can clear them out using these trestle areas here. Obviously, drone them out, find out where they are first, throw your tracks through there, drops down the other side, and that's going to start clearing them out. And if they don't start shooting these and try and get out the way, obviously you can push at the same time. So whilst they're trying to destroy it, you can use that as your time to push. The same here, you can do exactly the same thing to clear out Fountain. Another common place where people are going to play is trying to hold this area here around Fountain. And again, if someone's backside, there's always someone here, isn't there? Like, you have to clear that angle every time you push into the site. Again, you can do the same thing there. Throw it up off the roof. Use that same sound and clear anyone out in there. Bear in mind, you've got your 2 grenades as well. So, I don't know why. I nearly said forwarder then instead of border. I don't know why I put an F instead of a B. Border is a really good map. If you can get information to nade from below on sides, all this floor is soft. All this floor is soft. And there's a lot of common anchor points. Obviously, everyone knows about nading from the vents windows, which is just here below. And you get nades coming. Never, ever defend here within the first minute of the round, because you get nades coming up below all the time. But this here is a really common spot to hold from. And this line here corresponds with the wall below. Let me show you. So, you see this wall below and workshop that goes, you know, the one that goes all the way across the vents? I don't have another drone. It goes all the way along there. Well, that lines up with this wall here. Sorry, with this line in the floor here. So if you want to nade here, which is a place that people play all the time, you know you need to be just that side of the wall. And if you want to nade here, you need to be that side of the wall. So if I make a shotgun hole there, you'll see where that is below. You can see that's just to the right of where that wall is. And you can see that wall corresponds with the line above. So if from vents window, you can indeed shoot nade from below on that area that I just mentioned. If we go upstairs and have a look where that is. This isn't really gridlock specific, it's just nading from below specific. You can see where we just naded there is that area here. And on it, you wouldn't be surprised. You wouldn't be surprised? No, you would be surprised. The amount of kills you get from just nading that area rather than this area is insane. Because there's often a shield placed here. And then a shield placed there with like a smoke behind it. Oh no, not smoke, because he didn't have a shield anymore, but a shield placed there with someone behind it. Thorn, Tachanka, whoever it is that's playing behind the shield. It works all the time for me. I get more kills from that nade than I do this nade behind half wall. But again, because it's a smaller map, Gridlock is a bit stronger, I feel. But you can see how good the tracks are at cutting off those stairs. Pretty much half of main stairs, or what's called metal stairs, and then also most of east stairs, if not all the way down east stairs as well. Absolutely solid. It's just such a well-rounded operator. I think the fact that you can do flank watch or get aggressive with the tracks as well, it just works so well. So we're on to Nighthaven now, and we're also going to play the game of how quickly can we cut off a couple of sets of stairs whilst playing Gridlock. And again, we can do the... Just open this barricade. We can do the lobby stairs. Super easy. You don't even have to go in. You can bounce it off the side of this pillar there, down onto the stairs. Then we run over this way, vault over here, shoot that plant. Don't shoot the plant, actually. Run over this way to the next set of stairs, which are here. We can also cut off. Bear in mind, there might be people playing mezzanine there, so be careful of that. You can also cut off the other stairs from here as well. You don't even have to go in the building again. Bounce that off there and see that that's on the stairs as well. So again, within 20 seconds probably of doing that, we've used half of the utility that she has. Still got 2 Trax left. But we've also got 2 nades left. Now you're here. You can also, you know you're going to be safe. Well, you're not safe, but you know that if anyone's going to push up those stairs, they're either going to take a hell of a lot of damage, or you're going to hear the classic sound of, which is someone shooting Trax on the way up the stairs. So now we're here. These holes exist. So we're obviously going to drone this out. You don't have to worry about the stairs. Do not ever drone here, by the way. This is just an example. If you drone here, you're going to get absolutely smashed from this window here. We drone this. Check the common anchor point, which is behind the desk. You get people playing behind here all the time. And if you don't play behind there, do so, because it's a really solid spot to play. From there, now ideally you'd want to bring smokes perhaps here to cut off these feet holes. But now you've got control of this area of the map so quickly. And from here, you know, you can take the fights that you need to, whether you go prone. I don't always recommend going prone, but you get a better angle here than the defenders do because you're further away from the feet holes. The further away from the feet holes you are, the better the angle you get. Obviously, if you've got smokes, throw a smoke down on that corner there to cut off the feet holes. Fire a Trax at the back of the site. Use that as a good way of masking the sound. Start pushing up and see what you can find. Don't forget there's going to be head holes all over the mez here. But straight away, we've got a bit of control here. These cause you a bit of problem, so it really is helpful to bring smokes there. But it's not really a massively obvious strat, because when you're doing strats with Gridlock, it generally needs another operator to take advantage. So Gridlock's really good at either pushing with the team or also really good as a solo pusher, because you can do things like I just said, where you can take care of that back area of the site. You don't have to worry about that because you know no one's there because the tracks are going off. But the sound that you get masked from is so good. But again, another example on a map there, within 20 seconds of each other, both stairs are cut off. And again, I'm going to reiterate this. Don't do that bang at the start of the round because it'll mean nothing. The defenders will just destroy the tracks. Do it when it means something. When you've got control of this area, then cut those stairs off. Don't cut those stairs off and just disappear, because there's no point doing that whatsoever. You gain nothing from it. On to the 5th and final map with where you should be using Gridlock. Definitely on here on Chalet with the usual take where we talk about taking library. I'm going to make it sound super easy. We've got control of library. Obviously, you normally have someone playing mez out here. You can have someone playing in small box as well. Don't forget, by the way, when you're clearing mez, this is all soft floor. All that floor there is completely soft floor looking into bar below. Don't forget to shoot the jukebox. But all that soft floor into bar below. So if you've got someone that you can't clear out of here because they're holding big window here, they're holding library, get down in bar below and nade above, and it works really well. So let's pretend we've got control here. The beauty of having library is you can cut off 2 flanks super easy. That's main stairs and then also blue. Now, blue is your main concern here. So what I would probably do is put a couple of tracks on blue. Don't forget, there's probably going to be head holes, something like this. Or something along them lines. So you can't just run out here and start putting tracks down like this because you're going to get your head taken off from behind. So you need to do it a bit more subtly, probably from this angle here, and bounce it off the wall so it lands down on those stairs, and then you can throw it down so it bounces off those plants and lands on the bottom bit. The reason I say put 2 down is this is the most common flank spot in the world, and if somebody can get up here later in the round, it really will scupper your plans. Now, if you want to put a drone here, there's a really good drone spot you can use where you jump on the banister, jump on this plant pot, and then up onto the beams across here. And you basically give yourself what is the default cam just underneath where we are, obviously here, where our drone's there. Give yourself a really good view of blue stairs and through into sight a little bit and piano double as well. Now, you've still got 1 track stinger left. Now, you can do what you want with that, really. I sometimes will throw it through this area here because you're going to get that defender who's playing behind this reinforcement. Until these walls are open, you get a defender who's playing here, peeking library, peeking blue stairs. If you throw your tracks onto this area, it just clears that out and it's one less thing to worry about. It also means, so like from here, just chuck that through the gap there. It also means there's one less thing to worry about when you're trying to take this, and also when you're coming up blue as well. It's a difficult fight to win when you come up here for some reason, but it always is. Failing that, you could always throw it around piano double so you know no one can push out of here whilst you're organising the execute. Or you could even throw it towards the back of piano double where people are going to be holding here, or of course here. There are a couple of different variations, but of course, I've said of course twice there in quick succession. If you don't throw 2 tracks on blue stairs, you're going to have 2 spare, and you can do what you want with the second one as well. And then from here, you just go for the plants. If you've seen they haven't got a Wamai or a Jaeger, you can nade the common anchor spots, which is at the back there and at the back here. Don't forget there could be a shield across the piano here as well, so you can use the frag grenade there. But that's pretty much Gridlock's job done as far as having a strat goes, really, for this side, because you've covered your flanks, you've got the area denial, or the I don't know what you want to call that. I suppose you would call it area denial here, where you're sure that there's no defenders who are going to be peeking this. Try and, as you can see there is a... Let me just make a rotate here so I have to go round. As you can see, there is a bit of a gap here, so you want to try and get it as close as you can to this wall, really. You could even, and I haven't done this on this video, but it's something that's worth knowing, you can even just make like a small gap there, and then throw the tracks through that gap there, and you know then it'll be really close to the wall. You could do that on this soft wall here, but from there, you just follow out the rest of the execute with the team, whether you plant behind half wall, whether you're going for a piano double push, whatever push you're going for. Obviously, then you've got it set up, but you've got the key things worried about. That flank's covered, and of course, your fireplace or main stairs is also covered, but this isn't as much of a worry because someone generally always has a drone over in that corner of the beams there. I knew I wasn't going to be able to throw that onto the beams, but generally you've got a drone here, and you're going to be able to watch that fireplace, or you can put it here as well. A little bit more hidden because no one sees that as obvious there. There, it's a bit more obvious. Up here, it's a bit less common. You don't quite get as good a view because there's pillars in the way, but you can still see the dining hallway there. So yeah, that's Chalet. Another really good use of Gridlock. Don't forget your nades below as well. Yeah, good luck. So there we have it, Gridlock the Destroyer. Absolutely class, in my opinion. A good fun operator to use. Don't forget, everybody moves at the speed of a 1-speed when ADS now anyway. So being a 1-speed is not... the thing is, you make a bit more sound. But in terms of actual speed, it's not the end of the world these days. But having all that utility, 4 tracks, 2 grenades, super shorty, good gun, she's well worth taking. She's also one of the main parts of a lot of fun strats in this game as well, like the Coastline strat that we saw, the Ying strat that I showed you on a different video a couple of days ago. She's the center of a lot of good strats. But anyway, thank you for watching the video. We've reached the end. If you've watched it 10 times for 10 minutes or for 10 hours, which would be a bit outrageous, but if you have, thank you very much. The channel's nothing without you, the person that watches the video. I might sit here and pretend to stamp on Gridlock's tracks and make video. Actually, no, they were real. Sorry, I actually had to stamp on Gridlock's tracks at the start of the video and make these videos. But if nobody watches them, what's the point? You're the goats. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it more than I can get into this video. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Cheers.